Dumela Mui o amoetswe kgasong ena ya ditaba tsa Sesotho ho SABC-2. Puong ya matsoho ke tsamaya le mosebetsi mmoho le nna e leng Augustine Letlalo, empa ha re qale ka dihlooho tsa tsona.
You've got this requirement that say you cannot have all priorities included. It will be difficult to implement. You then say what then becomes a filter of the priorities.
Letona kantorong ya mopresidente Khumbuzo Ntshavheni le re matona a matjha a tla phetha mosebetsi wa ona a ikamantse le maano a mmuso.
The current situation has taught us that the dynamics at national level and provincial level are different.
Mohlophuli wa ditaba tsa dipolotiki Ngaka Levaindou o re maemo a renang profenseng ya Gauteng a keke a ama ANC le DA boemong ba naha. Tsona re dithagola semmuso jalo ka ditaba tse reng letona kantorong ya mopresidente Khumbuzo Ntshavheni le re ha ho letona lefe kapa lefe la mmuso o motjha wa naha wa kopanelo le tla phetha mosebetsi wa lona ntle le tataiso ya maano a mmuso.
Letona Ntshavheni le hlalositse ka botebo ka moo mmuso o tlo kenya tshebetsong ka teng mananeo a ona tshebetso ka morao nkiswa kano a matona a matjha a kabinete.
The Forum of South African Directors General, commonly known as FOSAD, which is chaired by the Director General in the Presidency, have undertaken work of analyzing the manifestos of the parties to the GNU and will submit a proposal for consideration and adoption at the Cabinet Lekgotla scheduled for next Thursday until next Friday.
Mekga ya dipolotiki e fuwe fihlella ka kopano ya kabinete Lekgotla ho hlalosa dikateng tsa mesebetsi ya yona ya mantlha.
You've got this requirement that say you cannot have all priorities included. It will be difficult to implement. You then say what then becomes a filter of the priorities. And we have indicated that our filter is the National Development Plan goals and targets.
Mopresidente Ramaphosa o tla teka mesebetsi ya mantlha ya mmuso nakong eo a tshetlang puo ya hae ya pulo ya Palamente e tla bakala 18 kgweding ena.
So when we have adopted the plans, we just don't merely say, go you're on your own and do as you please. There's a department that oversees that plans that the departments have done are aligned to the MTSF as agreed. Because in particular now that we're in a GNU, what we all collectively agree as a program of action is not a program of action of the ANC, of the DA, of the UDM, of the PA, or any other party to the GNU. But the program of action of government.
Letona Ntshavheni le re haufinyane kantoro ya mopresidente e tla phatlalatsa dikateng tsa maano a tshebetso ya dikgwebo tsa mmuso. Ntshavheni o tobokeditse ntlha ya hore palo ya matona a kabinete e keke ya fokotswa ho latela mehato ya ho thewa ha mmuso wa naha wa kopanelo.
Kaoleleng re fumana hore mohlophuli wa ditaba tsa dipolotiki Ngaka Levaindou o re ha o ka moo ho ikgula ha DA mmusong wa kopanelo le ANC profenseng ya Gauteng ho tla ama dikamano tsa mekga ena boemong ba naha. Ka mora dibeke tse tharo tsa dipuisano tse matla tsa ho theha mmuso wa kopanelo profenseng ya Gauteng, lekgotla la phethahatso la profense le phatlaladitswe ntle le DA. Mme setsebi sa ditaba tsa dipolotiki Ngaka Levaindou o re ha o hlokahale hore ho phahamiswe matshwafo.
The current situation has taught us that the dynamics at national level and provincial level are different. And that is also informed by the performance of the different political parties in those different spheres. And I don't see a negative impact on national level based on what has happened in Gauteng, because Gauteng has got its own dynamics. And national also has its own dynamics.
Refilwe Ntshege wa DA eo e neng e le motlatsa motsamaisi wa dipuisano lekgotleng la ketsamelao la Gauteng o itokolotse mosebetsing.
We believe that in a government of national unity or in a government of provincial unity, in the case of Gauteng, we're entitled to a proportional reflection on the basis of inclusivity.
Ho sa le jwalo letona kantorong ya mopresidente Khumbuzo Ntshavheni o kgothaleditse mekga yohle ya dipolotiki e saenetseng puso ya naha ya kopanelo hore e sebetse mmoho.
When we said so help me God or I affirm, we were saying our priority is South Africa but not the political parties where we come from. And as we enter cabinet, we take off the political party cap, We are the government of the Republic of South Africa, and we govern for all.
Matona a lebeletse ho kenya mohoma mobung ka mora ho nkiswa ka no maobane. Mui ha re khutla mabenkeleng re utlisetsa ditaba tsa Windle Watson ya ileng a hlajwa ka makgetlo ditlamong tsa sepolesa tsa lekgotla la dinyewe la Mastrata wa Johannesburg. Sesotho. Ditaba ka puo ya marena ya Sesotho di tswela pele ho SABC-2. Balaodi ba mmalwa ba bommasepala ba bahlano provinseng ya North West ba beheletswe ka thoko mosebetsing dikgwedi tse pedi tse fetileng. Sena ke ka mora kgello ya boiphihlelo.
Go tlhokega ga tolamo mo maemong a botsamaisi mo dimmasepaleng di le mmalwa mo provinseng ke sengwe seo se tshwenyang thata. Lefapha la merero ya dimmasepala la re seno se ama thata go tsamaisiwa ka tlhomamo ga dimmasepala.
A go na le di-suspensions selo seo se affecta o se ama tsamaiso ya bommasepala ba rona gore ba kgone go dira tiro ya bone e ba tshwanetseng go e dira go isa ditirelo ko baaging ba rona ka mokgwa o e leng gore ka sejatlhapi ba re in a sustainable manner gore baagi ba rona ba bone ditirelo.
Go ya ka mokgatlo wa dipuso selegae SALGA go tapiwa ga baeteledipele ba dipolotiki ba banang le bokgoni go tla rarabolla bothata jono.
Re rotloetsa thata makoko a dipolotiki gore ba tlhotlhe sentle mofuta le boleng ba makhanselara ba batsisa mo dimmasepaleng tse di farologaneng. Ha re ka kgona selo seo ra be ra kgona le gore ba wele makhanselara ba netefatse gore go thapiwa batsamaisi ba bana le bokgoni ba bana le maitemogelo o tlile bona gona le tirisano mmogo mo thebolelong ya ditirelo.
Kgabagare ANC mo provinseng ya re dikgogakgogano magareng ga baeteledipele ba sepolotiki le batsamaisi ba dimmasepala ke gone go baka ntlhakatlhakano.
Selo se was in the main se tlholwa ke ya go sena botsitso mo counseling kana mo di-caucusing tsa rona tsa African National Congress, and selo se wa re setse morago and re tle go make sure gore part of the interventions re tle go laela di-troika tsa rona le di-caucus tsa rona gore ha go na le situation e ntseng yalo mo masepaleng wa gago e ne responsibility ya bone ya go bona gore selo seo ba se siamisa, because rona re le African National Congress ga re tsene thata mo administration but re tle go taska di-troika tsa rona le di-caucus tsa rona gore ba go attenda mathata a di-municipal manager tse di dirang selo se se ntseng yalo.
Moruni kakaretso tlhagisa matshwenyego gangwe le gape malebana le go tlhokega ga tolamo mo maemong a botsamaisi mo dimmasepaleng di le mmalwa mo provinseng. O tlhalosa fa seno se ama dimmasepala gore ditokafatse dipholo tsa boruni le go rarabolla ntlha go dirisiwa ga matlole ntle le go sala molao morago. Thabiso Moss, SABC News, Mahikeng.
Kaoleleng re fumana hore letona la makgotla metse la province ya Free State sa ke Mokoena le re bommasepala ba province ba lokela ho ba le botsitso ba ditjhelete hore ba kgone ho fana ka ditshebeletso tse phethahetseng. Masepala o moholo wa Mangaung o kolotwa diranta tse dibilione tse 11 ke baahi, dikgwebo le mafapha a fapaneng a mmuso. Ke o mong wa bommasepala ba sa kgoneng ho fana ka ditshebeletso ka nepo. Ka lebaka leo o tlile ka leano la go kgothaletsa batho ho lefa bonyane halofo ya mokitlane wa bona.
We've already put systems in place that amounts which include incentive schemes where we have asked different layers of society to cooperate to government to say, if you pay us, let's start with residents, if they pay us 50% of what they owe us, will definitely give them a clean bill of life, and then they can then continue paying their current. And some are now beginning to come forward, but that has got a time frame. If we finish, we are now in our 10th month, in our second month out of a year that we have given them.
Lefapha la puso ya kopanelo la province le ntse le etela bommasepala kaofela ho lekola boemo ba bona le ho ntlafatsa botsitso mo ho hlokahalang. Mokoena o re maemo a bohlokwa ho bommasepala bohle a ntse a tlatswa.
We are focusing on the interventions that say stabilize the leadership so that it is able to do its work and lead the institution. We are going to the municipalities. I was in Maludapo Fuing, as you have said, and we think we'll get it right. We'll announce measures later this week as to how we're going to help them. The same applies to Mafube and so on. But the key strategy and approach here is that there's an elected leadership. They've got to do their job.
Bo masepala ba aga Mafube mo ho ka re le kopanong ke ba bang ba hloleileng ho lefa meputso ya basebetsi ka nako. Ba a iba shutalale gamphatlele ka ntlenyana ho le Boha mo Limpopo ba re ba emele monna matineng ka morao nya hlatswa ke lefapha la temo la province.
Lesolo la kgoro ya temo la one household 1 hectare le be le nepile go hola ka thego ya masheleng projeke tša temo tša metsemagae le be le nepile gape go fedisha bodidi go hlola mešomo le balemi ba batho baso le batšweletši ba merogo le dienywa e fela go badudi ba motse wa Shutala le Gamphahlele seo se fetogile toro fela ka ge le honule ba sa beile moganya phatleng gore ba holege ka masheleng ao ba tshepišitšwego ke kgoro projeke ya bona ya temo ya Lepelle Green Pasture sa le e dira kgopelo ka ngwaga wa 2017 go reka legora terekere manyoro dipeu ga ishita le go aga letamo la metsi le go goga mohlagase magareng ga tše dingwe mašimo a dihekthara tše 30 a ithosha ka letolo ebile a palelwa ke go gola ka baka la tlhokego ya masheleng
re dilelo ka moka le diwatara etse re to di apply ona kwa Lightenburg kgole go tloa mo re leng gona bjalo di lokilelo tše ka moka mara ba pala go re funda re tsona bothata ba rena keng pleke ke kgolo kudumetse a re a hloke mo bua rena o nonne
pelo ka e bohloko ka re ke gale re le maka matšemo ka mo re le mawatse ba re tla botšego le mosega re le ka mo re ka kgona gore re phediše bana ba rena
go le bjalo gore ya temo e re lesolo la one household 1 hectare le fedišitšwe ka ngwaga wa 2017 ge kgoro e be e šogana le kgopelo ya Lepelle Green Pasture le tše dingwe.
We assisted them to submit their application, and while we were drafting submissions to the national office, we realized that the policy that we were supposed to assist them with, the 1 hectare 1 household, has been discontinued.
Nakiko Kitso Motao wa ditaba tša SABC Shutala le Gamphahlele.
Ba lelapa la Windelson Watson ya ileng a hlajwa ka makgetlo ditlamong tsa sepolesa tsa lekgotla la dinyewe la Johannesburg ba re sepolesa se gema le maqulwana a dinokwane.
Mmagwe Wendell Watson o tlhokafetse sebaka se feta ngwaga ka ntlha ya tiriso dikgoka ya digongwana go ya ka ba lelapa la gagwe segongwana kwa kgaolong ya bona se ne se batla gore ena le ba lelapa la gagwe bangwe ba bolawe pele ga ka ipusolosetsa go bolawa ga mmagwe ba lelapa ba lopa bosiamisi.
Fortunately, he never even made it to court because apparently from what we understand is as they arrived in court they were fingerprinted and then allocated to the different cells with waiting for the allocation of the courts. One of the other inmates approached him and started stabbing him multiple times, resulting in his death.
Ba lelapa ba re mapodisi a station sa mapodisi sa kgaolo ya bona a dirisana le yo go tweng ke mmolai wa ga Wendell jaaka magatwe e le gore ba amana le maloko mangwe a segongwana se sengwe. Gape ba re kgotlatshekelo e reteletswe ke go matlafatsa tshireletso morago wa gore tiragalo ya mothale o e diragale dibeke di le pedi tse di fetileng.
If 2 weeks ago the same incident happened, why was the security not beefed up? They should have known that this was going to happen. They should have actually made sure that metal detectors are working. If it's not working, then we need to find out why is it not working.
Moeteledipele wa baagi a re mapodisi a reteletswe ke go netefatsa pabalesego ya ga Wendell fa a ne a tswaletswe.
When your son is outside, you have that fear of thinking where they are at night. You know, you have all that fears. But for you to think that your son is not safe behind bars, that's the worst thought ever.
Mo pegelong lefapha la bosiamisi le gana go tshwaela le ka fa pabalesego ya batshwarwa kwa dikgotlatshekelo e le maikarabelo a mapodisi. Mapodisi a Gauteng le ona a golotse pegelo a re ba batlisisa kgetsi ya polao le dintlha ka ga se se lebisitseng kwa goreng motshwarwa a bolawe ka go tlhabiwa a tswaletswe kwa kgotlatshekelo. Offense Stimo, SABC News, Westbury mo Johannesburg.
Re atela pele basebetsi bao e leng ditho tsa mokgatlo wa basebetsi wa NUMSA ba ngadile mesebetsi planteng ya tlhahiso ya makoloi a Ford e Silverton Pretoria.
We further continued to raise few things in our papers. Or Ford for 2024, first quarter alone, Ford generated a revenue of $25 billion. Last year, by real profit, they had $25 billion in 2023. In 2022, Ford gross profit was $23 billion. In 2021, by real gross profit, Comrade Chair, had $21.7 billion. I want to move losses. There are no losses. So there's profit here. There's no problem of money. There's a problem of attitude of mind.
Jwala re bona hore mebaraka e sebeditse jwang ha JSE e ne kwala hore nya bohlano. Ranta e sebeditse hantle ka mora ho fokola ha dolara. Diabo le tsona di sebeditse hantle. Dithekong tsa thepa oli e tala ya Brent e sebeditse hantle ha ile mona e ne rekisa ka $87 barrel. Khaswene ya ditaba tsa Sesotho e fella mona Boha moifo wa rona wa ditaba tsa Setswana hosane ka yona nako ena. Ke yona taba.
Wala meke le ho ba bui madime ho sabele pisime ga jeno qhubela ba tantla hlele ba ke dipula tsena tse matla tsa ha sala re shibile hona ka haro ka ba prima empa ha o tlana ka rona teng ha pula tse buletseng ka thoko ho mabopo ha re shibile hona ka haro ka ba shebela o tla fihla hona ka tekong o tlokomela re fele tlebele moya ena ye matla ha o pula tse buletseng ha re shibile hona ka haro na ha o sane e tla re al shaba o tlokomela hore qhubela bo tang tla hlele ba ke dipula tsena tsa ha sala hore hona bo ka ba shebela le hona ka haro ka ba prima ba bure ba tse tlhokomisa hore hona ka roleng ena yana ha ho tla hle o kgethele hlwa ho sane ha re shibile hona ka haro ka ba phirima tle fela mafatsane a sa ikeleng kae ba bure ba bule ba itse tlhokomedisa hore ho sane ka ba phirima o tla hle o bane le maqhubu ana a haisale empa shibile ka harona ha tla hlebe moya ena e haisale ka pretosa mamlori sentse xlola hona ka roma fikeng ha re shibile hona khatte mahloki di la ha sa motho bolo ba gauteng ka baka la ho bata hona haisale o hlokomela hore sima ga jeno le hona sa no se tla hlobate hona haisale di grade di ka tlase go noto ka Johannesburg le pretosa mamlori o hlokomela hore fela o tla hlopoli di gitla fela ho le mle sipileng polokwane o tla fitla hona ka rom kopana o tla hlo futhumale di grade di ritha fela ho mashome a mabedi a motse o mong ka fela re shibile ka besida hona ka thando o tla hlo chase di grade di ritha fela ho mashome amabedi amtse isipileng Carolina hona ka hona emele o hlokomele hore tla ho phole ho sane empa simba ka jeno lo hona o sa no seng o hlokomele tla hlopate hona ha isale boholo ba di grade di ka tlatsa ho hlano re shibile ka Middleburg tla hle qala fela ho ngwe ho fitla ho le shebele tse tsheletseng ka ofela re shibile Vryheid ho tla ka Peter Maritzburg ho tla hlobate simba ka jeno lo hona sa no seng ha le Lady Smith e tla hle ka ketlele grade e ka tlatsa ho noto empa ha o phama ba phaemela fela ho mashome a mabedi a metse mme ka ofela pa ka hore tla hlo phole boholo ba ka pa botjhabela ka mafatsana e tseleng a dumo tla hlobate ha re shebile ka qumba ka sa hlabela ka komane le hona ka roma le tswai bosimba ka jeno le hona sa no se o tla hlobate bolo ba re khadi di ka tlase ho noto Langsback o le hona ka Worcester o tla hlo o phole empa sentse re shebile hona ka haro Riversdale le Cape Galas le teng di gradi tla hle re tifela ho le shomela mtse e tseletseng ka ofela ka Palaboa ka baka la moya o batang ona ha isale bosimba ka jeno le hona sa no seng bolo ba re gradi di ka tlase ho noto pa ka re tla hlobate hona ha isale a Bentene le hona ka Calvania ha o phetho e ka re le hore o tla hlobate hona isale bolo ba Free State ka o baka la ho kgetha halehlo o tla hlobate hona ha isale bosimba ka jeno boholo ba re gradi di ka tlase ho noto a re shebile ka Kroonstad re shebile ka Belkom o tla hlo ipholle fela ka Bothaville re gradi di ritha fela ho le shome le mtse e rubong ka fela boholo ba North West o hlokomele hore teng tla hlobate re shebile ka Ottosdal ho lona ka Sesotho ke teng tla hlobate hona ha isale a re shebile ka Vryburg o tla jwale hona ka haro taung e tla re gradi di phahame fela ho le shome le mtse e mereka fela ho pa ka ro tla hlopole ba bui tsa bile pela galo ha be etso khotso